Alright. Here goes. Six. Funky rhymes will break beat with the DJ spin. Oh, Lord, put it up, though. You know your business. Put it up, selector. Easy now.
Pretty soon, the hippies of today will be the squares of tomorrow.
It was the echoing voices of the old ones, through thick steel forests and over scorched earth. Always just out of reach, a murder of crows judged my every footstep. My bones were frozen. Penniless and entirely out of breath, I washed my beautiful hands in the black market dog water trough. But through it all, the real stick in my spokes was the torment of my dreams. I fought off sleep with both fists and sometimes fire. Little more than a blowgun I made from an exhausted pen, I shot the stars out of the sky. And when each one fell sparkling to the ground, I made wishes that never came true. Apparitions of angels with angry eyes appeared at each new moon. My own ghost began whispering, and the trees died if I tried to climb them. The decision was made for me to begin interpreting real life just as I would nightmares.
Yeah, here I is again, that's me, and there's you. And I dig all you cats out there whipping and wailing and jumping up and down and sucking up that fine juice and patting each other on the back and telling each other who the greatest cat in the world is. Mr. Malenkov, Mr. Dalenkov, Mr. Eisenhower, Boozer, Reason, Weizen, Boozer, and Mr. Woodhill, and Mr. Beachhill, and Mr. Churchill, and all them hills, they gon' get it straight. If they can't straighten it, they know a cat that knows a cat that's gonna get it straight. But I'm gonna put a cat on you. Was the sweetest, gone-est, wailingest cat that ever stomped on this sweet swinging sphere. And they call this your cat.
Buck 65, buck 65, buck 65, buck 65, buck 65.
Watching an already dead world vanish, we the banished and outlawed wander hither and yonder like dogs gone hungry, funky and angry and sometimes ugly. Drums like drugs have turned us to scavengers, pathfinders, addicts and mathematicians, practitioners of black magic. We make music from used up junk and bad luck dreams, liars and losers, emus and aardvarks, gypsies and pen thieves, peddlers, card sharks, all of us fortune tellers combing the forest, hardcore building a cardboard fortress, forward fast and backwards blindfolded, trying to find gold buried in floodplains, covered in blood stains, fly bites and egg yolk, running away with one of my legs broke. Sometimes it's lonesome, traveling homeless, not knowing where you're going, riding the railroads, pickups and sailboats, and mostly the locomotives. Once we decide to see some of the countryside, working with circus performers and cutthroats, discussions with percussionists, perverts and poets. Haven't you ever heard of the 1200 hobos? We ain't vampires dressed like rock stars. We build campfires and ride boxcars town to town. We just write songs and plus we stay up like all night long. But we ain't vampires dressed like rock stars. We build campfires and ride boxcars town to town. We just write songs and plus we stay up like all night long. Some years is a long walk, even if it's not in a straight line. You see a lot of things in the distance, you know what they say about great minds. You and I think about the same things, dream the same dreams, play the same games. We started out in the same place. Believe it or not, we got the same names. Everything happens for a good cause, whether it be victory or loss. And the road may turn into a runway, but you'll know what to do someday. Trust me, I've seen it all before. I've climbed to the tops of the tallest trees to get away from the deep water, to find a touch of the smallest breeze. You'll find a girl with a low voice who holds the world in her bare hands. You'll fall in love, you'll have no choice once you are given a fair chance. For the first time you will sleep well, take a deep breath, see the sunshine, hold on to her for dear life, and then watch the whole world unwind. Ask her to show you some magic, and I guarantee that she will say yes. Tell her you've seen forever and you'll be together not a day less. Just know until that time comes, and after you cross that first mile, that the hardest part is behind you, and all of the pain will be worthwhile.
Now, sweetheart, in my darkness, one true light shines.
I know a man who was born with his heart on the outside. Every man's worst fear. He also had heavy hands. He couldn't touch his lover's face. He couldn't hold a baby. He would never desert him, but he was worried he would hurt him, maybe. Mad at the world, his face turned hot pink. The best he could do was just try to not think, but he was too bothered, so he would only try rarely. He read the last page of every book in the library. He lacked the charisma of a true revolutionary. Crime fighter would try to write, but kept breaking his typewriter. He'd preach his manifesto like a militant radical. Was diligent, but his greatest mistakes were grammatical. If he only spent more time rehearsing, preparing, there wouldn't have to be so much cursing and swearing. Eyes on fire, his volume was blistering. No one had taught him about the power of whispering. He is dynamite, blows kisses, eats dirt, mouth of a volcano. He is a t-shirt. He stands on stilts but doesn't stand for funny stuff. Ask me, he just hasn't been around the sun enough. He paints self-portraits with a ruler, only eats corn, and then tries to sell his own soul on the street corner. He always remembers everyone's numbers and sometimes cries into his own cumbersome hands.
and roll.
Sometimes dumb crimes blow my mind, and Lord knows I tried to close my eyes, but it happens so fast I keep my eye on the ball. But still I never asked to be a fly on the wall. And like sometimes dumb crimes blow my mind, and Lord knows I tried to close my eyes, but it happens so fast I keep my eye on the ball. But still I never asked to be a fly on the wall. Read beginning to end and measured sideways. I've traveled the length of your desert highways, been under your bed and slept in ditches. I saw your scars was kept in stitches. To keep from crying, I try not to pay attention, but as I may have mentioned, I'm being held hostage. I'm lost and exhausted. I wanna go home now, but I'm too far gone, and I don't even know how. The silent light and tarnished armor, charming and harmful. The karma chameleon might get violent, dancing with shadows and playing charades. It's the miserable plan of the invisible man. And what's it like living life, you may ask, standing on the other side of two-way glass? Well, it's not what it's cracked up to be, I'll tell you that much. You can look, but you can't touch. And like sometimes dumb crimes blow my mind, and Lord knows I tried to close my eyes, but it happens so fast I keep my eye on the ball. But still I never asked to be a fly on the wall. And like sometimes dumb crimes blow my mind, and Lord knows I tried to close my eyes, but it happens so fast I keep my eye on the ball. But still I never asked to be a fly on the wall. Fly a kite or take a hike and try and keep myself from taking a flying leap that's ringing in my ears, especially at night. Kaleidoscopic visions of a cocaine catfight. People play parlor games behind closed doors. Secrets are sacred when nobody knows yours, but somebody does. You forget about the bottom feeders, the dirty rotten cheaters, and all of us thought readers. But sometimes dumb crimes blow my mind, and Lord knows I tried to close my eyes, but it happens so fast I keep my eye on the ball. But still I never asked to be a fly on the wall. And like sometimes dumb crimes blow my mind, and Lord knows I tried to close my eyes, but it happens so fast I keep my eye on the ball. But still I never asked to be a fly on the wall.
65 to 65.
Yup. He always worked alone. His luck was good, and he was determined to avoid contamination.
Swimming upstream, young men and women are fiending for immediate intimacy with no limitation. Alas, the skirts don't hide the shadows cast by the bare ass on the dance floor. Sexual warfare waged in a staircase, and therefore most of them probably shouldn't even really be there in the first place. Unarmed soldiers of lust rub shoulders with others that are older and more immature than them. It's disgusting yet intriguing to see overachieving greases unleashing themselves upon the female species, especially when the weather gets warmer, and then the whole entire wardrobe is normally informal. For your information, the hat's worn backwards, and so are the morals when the girls wear overalls. It's a sensitive issue involving insecurity, maturity levels, and lots of toilet tissue. Cause the girls are desperate, but the boys are even hornier. The rose smells sweet, but the stem is even thornier. It's a match made in purgatory. What more do you want to know? The girls get goosebumps and nipples to notice, but no one knows how to communicate. It's useless when lies are told with closed eyes, and everybody tries to disguise their own flaws. When the guys go, we need females, and we read details as card tricks and hard dicks, and a beat that goes like yeah. The neat part of the the meat market apart from the darkness and lots of narcotics. To me is the hard rocks. No one needs to be told twice. There's plenty of cold ice. There's tight pants and Old Spice who take shots and roll dice. The carpets are crummy with puke coming out of them. It's putrid and stupid. Why don't you make a contribution to the clan gathering? As a matter of fact, word, what do you say this Thursday? The girls are desperate, but the boys are even hornier. The rose smells sweet, but the stem is even thornier. It's a match made in purgatory. What more do you want to know? It smells like everything inside of the hideout, but I doubt anyone really wants to know why. Oh my goodness gracious, the place is basically bulging with people indulging in all kinds of fabrics. It's a magical buffet of pheromones and flesh that defies all logic. It's just like dodgeball, but instead of a ball, the contestants throw around the head of a doll. And I don't know what it means, but it makes it worth the cost alone. Even with the overflowing load of testosterone, the sexual appetites are salty. It's a circus, the circuits are faulty, and everybody's uptight with sweat stains and jet planes and hot rod love songs, blistering kisses for every Mr. and Mrs. In the same amount of time it takes for you to make a sandwich, love, you can probably find someone for you to take advantage of. Cause the girls are desperate, but the boys are even hornier. The rose smells sweet, but the stem is even thornier. It's a match made in purgatory. What more do you want to know? My long lost best friend was born to be wild. When I was a kid, I conformed to his style. B-boy deluxe, from Yankees to Canucks, with connects and contacts, and always came correct. Exact same, except he was easily distracted by sleaziness, even when we should have been practicing. Because back when we had peach fuzz, he was freaking out each weekend. And speaking of waiting for the end of the world, he befriended a girl with a heart made of glass. I was afraid to ask if he was falling in love, falling asleep, falling apart, or all the above. He was a flame, and she was his weakness, kissing his cheeks and playing with his paychecks at breakneck speed. He was headed for a dead end, pretending he was healthy and defending himself. He would always exaggerate and use his imagination, waiting for someone to say congratulations. But I wasn't exactly happy for him, actually. After turning his back to me, gradually I call it a tragedy, watching him disappear. This year it's crystal clear. Listen here, stop this crazy thing. You're all dressed up with nowhere to go when your head's all messed up. Stop this crazy thing. You're all dressed up with nowhere to go when your head's all messed up. Stop this crazy thing. You're all dressed up with nowhere to go when your head's all messed up. Stop this crazy thing. You're all dressed up with nowhere to go when your head's all messed up. Stop this crazy thing. You're all dressed up with nowhere to go when your head's all messed up.
Stay away from this girl if you wanna stay safe. She'll keep your pops and damage your brain. Girls like this really ain't no joke. She'll only be